Selling Pokemon cards is, I mean, it's not hard. I could even argue that my time working at Taco Bell was harder than my very limited time selling Pokemon cards. Those gordita crunches don't make themselves, okay? And let's not get started about dealing with customers, because that might drive me insane. So yeah, my point is, selling Pokemon cards isn't, difficult by any means, but what I wanted to do by making this video was show you all the work that goes on behind the scenes that you don't really see, so that like new vendors can know what you're getting into. So we're going to be doing a vlog type video today, so get prepared for some Snomnom sucks at recording himself, so he holds his phone 5 inches away from his face when he tries the vlog. Anyways, this show we're preparing for is happening in 2 weeks. Twin Oaks Lloyd Center collectible and card show that happens in Portland almost every Saturday. So I'm trying to become a regular vendor here. I've already signed up for next week and the week after. My plan, for you to understand what I'm trying to do as like a vendor, is attend a lot of these smaller shows that happen locally around near me, and that way I can continue to like build up my collection, get some more higher value cards, and once my collection is large enough, I want to start flying and attending some of these big fun shows that happen all across the US. I'm just a little man in a big boy's world where everyone's got very deep pockets, but you know, you start from somewhere. So the first thing I have to do to prepare for these shows is get more cards. See, what usually happens at these shows is that you end off with less cards than you started with. Boom, mind blown. I know, it's crazy. So Snomnom, where do you get your cards? Well, to be honest, that's something that I'm still figuring out myself. But I will say, I am a master at Facebook Marketplace. And the thing is, with Facebook Marketplace, 99% of the deals you'll see there are doo-doo. Hello there, I'm trying to sell my collection for $200. Crazy lot of Pokemon cards. There's only like $30 worth of Pokemon cards in this listing. I took a look. I took this screenshot the other day of this guy who was just tired of scalpers around our local area, which is absolutely hilarious and understandable. But yeah, it's kind of hard to find good deals. But I am a genius at finding those good deals. What I do is I check Facebook every 20 minutes. So here are the 2 deals that I landed before coming to this show. First one was someone offering a Cynthia's Garchomp and Gardevoir EX from Paldean Fates for $200. Are you kidding me? That's the Cynthia's Garchomp alone is worth $290. That's the whole lot. So I just straight up offered him the $300 asking price, because I mean, it's a robbery trying to steal any more from this man. I secured the bag and I drove 30 minutes out to go grab these cards. As my grandpa would say, very good deal. Now the second deal is the big deal that I managed to secure. Someone was offering a decent amount of collection for 80% the original value. Now that was already a pretty good deal, but he said if you made an offer for the entire collection, he would give you a better deal. So I made an offer for his entire collection, and 70% is what he decided to let me pay for the whole thing, and so I clearly just ran with it and took it. And the most important part about this lot is that these are like actually good quality cards. These are modern cards that have a lot of value, some 151, the Latias EX, and the White Reshiram, which the only reason why I decided to go with the White Reshiram was because it seemed to have flatlined, you know, if you look at the graphs, and I don't think it'll go any lower, so I decided to just pull the trigger and get the whole thing, because these are some nice cards. Here's the calculation of the money I put down. I made sure to go 70%, made sure it's nice and transparent, and he took the deal. He did live an hour away, which isn't too bad. Like, I would totally drive down an hour, especially for this kind of deal, but I threw him an offer to meet me in the middle, and he accepted, so only a 30-minute drive for me, and here's how the deal went.
All right, so we just did the deal, and I spent, I bought $200 more worth of cards that I came into, than I was planning on buying, because he had a bunch more cards that were for sale than originally listed. So we got an extra Charmeleon, Charmander, Alakazam EX, which is a sick card by the way, Koraidon, Kangaskhan. This Pikachu was a personal pickup, but yeah, I got a bunch more extra cards on top of, at 70%, so what a guy. Shout out to Jamal, bro. What a chill guy. Top of all the other cards, and I will sort them at home, including that beautiful white rare special rare Reshiram EX. Crotch cam. Alright, see you guys later. Alright, so I got all of them taken out of these semi-rigids and put them in the top loaders. These guys are still in the semi-rigids because they are perfect cards. These guys are definitely PSA 10 contenders, and you might be wondering, why is that Keldeo over there? Well, this Keldeo might be the cleanest Pokemon card I have ever seen in my life. The centering is perfect, top, bottom, left, and right. The back centering is also good, and every single corner is perfect. So this might be one I sent to BGS. Unfortunately for me, some of the high value cards were perfect, which is a weird thing to be unfortunate about. I need to submit them to PSA. I wanted to get some good trades in and get more cards with these guys, but because they're so perfect, especially like, I don't know, like these two, these three with the Moltres, the Japanese Moltres, were so clean. I wanted to put them in my case because they're really attractive to buyers, but they're too clean. So I have to grade them first. Suffering from success, if you will. But yeah, got the fat stack. Anyways, these guys are the cute cards I picked up that are for sure going inside the case.
Now, despite finding these good deals on Facebook Marketplace, it has definitely been a challenge to source cards for a good price. So if you are someone who is located near Portland and have some cards that you would like to sell to me at a lower percentage, please hit me up on Instagram. I love making more connections, and I will offer anything from 70% to 85% of the full value, depending on the card, of course. And I will preface and say that I apologize if I am a little picky. I'm a fairly new vendor, so I don't have too much money to spend, so I gotta spend it wisely. So yeah, that's why I may be a little picky in the DMs. So now that we have all of our cards, it's time to prepare for the show. Now, obviously, the number one thing you gotta do is price out your cards. Actually, some people don't even price their cards. They'll just ask at the moment of sale what the TCG market is. But personally, I don't have that many cards, and I don't mind pricing things out the night before. It's not that difficult, and it makes the transactions just flow a lot faster, especially right at the stands. And some people make the argument that prices will go up on some things, but my counter is that some prices also go down. So I mean, do what you will with that information. I just use the circle stickers to put them on the cards and then write the prices on after. I know some people have price guns. I think I'm going to switch to price guns after I run out of stickers because it's just a lot easier. But yeah, the prices I go off of is just TCG Player for all of my modern stuff. And for the other pricier vintage and slabs that you can't really find on TCG, I just go by eBay last sold and kind of average out the last few listings. Now, one thing that's interesting and specific to Pokemon cards that you have to understand is market changes. When you buy a card, you have to look at the graph, not just the market price. For example, at my last show, I bought a Dynamo and Gengar VMAX, just the regular VMAX, at whatever the price was at the time. And those have gone down by a lot. So kind of took an L there. But in reverse, there's cards like the Ghastly card, which I also picked up around the same time. And that card has gone up by a lot. So when you buy a card, look at the market.
This is basically all the stuff I'm bringing. You got all the camera equipment is in this general area, and I keep all of the cards in a cardboard box. Probably should upgrade the setup to at least a nicer cardboard box, because there are, cardboard boxes that are built to carry a lot of Pokemon cards. Ooh, got a little toe cam there. But I got the fan for the camera, and here's the sealed stuff I'm bringing today. We'll see how that goes, but yeah, that's basically it. It's not too much. The only thing that's missing here is the case. So one thing that I personally do is set aside some time to fill up the binder that I give stuff for kids. So we filled it with all the recent stuff I pulled in videos, like you'll see all those little illustration rares that are Japanese. And the other day, this whole page that was empty before, thanks to Phoenix, who sent me a letter in the mail, we've managed to fill this page all the way up. We got that really sick Hatterene VMAX too, which was amazing. And so I've gone in and I've done a little bit of restocking, because the binder was a little empty from last time. Some more EXs, and I got the full Evolution line from those Costco mini tins that I'm sure all the little kids will like. So yeah, another little thing I take some time out of my day to refill. Basically done packing up for the night. Will only take like 15 more minutes. But the part that I don't talk about is my sleep. I gotta get up early for these card events. I don't sleep very well. I don't fall asleep very fast. I'm a little night owl. I like editing. I like being productive at nighttime. Probably shouldn't get so close to the camera there. We're not that close, okay? But you can tell I look a little tired. Look at them bags, bro. Look at them bags under my eyes. See you guys in the morning. Probably look a little more decrepit by then. What's up, gang? It's 5:30 in the morning.
and I did not sleep well. I tried my best, but I even went to sleep very early like a good boy, but no matter what I did, I couldn't fall asleep fast. Even my 2-hour goon sesh didn't do a thing. Anyways, yeah, gonna get ready, eat some brekkie, you know? Alright, peace.
Alright, time to pack up. It's so rainy and cold. POV are my baby. Alright, let's get the car packed up now. Let's throw the case in the back seat. It's very dark, so you probably can't see that. See you guys in the car. It is so dark right now and raining and dreary. Oh my gosh.
Right now I'm getting gas, and that's just one of those little costs that you really need to calculate in order to understand your profits. It cost me about $30 in gas to go to and from this trip to the show. Then there's the cost for the table at a show, food transactions if you want to eat lunch during a very long 8-hour show. There's a money transaction cost if you take cards or do like online mobile apps for banking and taking money. For big shows, you're going to need flight, boarding, and transportation, and this is all just stuff that you need to calculate and make sure that you have your margins set before you go and choose any show that you vend at. Anyways, back to the vlog. We made it. Look, there's some crows down there. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, crows. Oh, it's going. See ya when I'm outside.
Oh! It's so rainy. Alright, took me a sec, but I found parking and the entrance, so see you when I find my table. Oh, we even have like a whole ass ice rink here. That's pretty sick. Alright, just going to the bathroom, but I'll update you when I get all set up. So the bathroom was locked, so I guess I'm just gonna explode.
Here's a picture of a absolutely terrifying train I took while I was searching for a bathroom, and I did eventually find an unlocked bathroom, which was on the 3rd floor.
The most important thing actually that you have to keep track of when you go to these shows is your bladder. And yeah, found the bathroom. It was on the 3rd floor. And I think I'm set for the next 6 hours. And make sure you don't drink too much water during the show. See you guys when the show starts.
All right, here's me sitting at my vendor table. I got to the venue very, very early. I thought the show started sooner than it did. I got there at 8 a.m., but the show actually starts at 10. I mean, I always like getting there a bit early, so I wasn't too troubled by the fact that I got there early, but I set up way too early, and so I was just sitting there for about 2 hours waiting for the show to begin. And here's the finished display case. I put all the expensive cards near the top. I keep all like the eye-catching cards in sort of the middle of the case, and the cheaper end illustration rares near the bottom. I think that's the best way I've organized it so far, and yeah, that's the whole lot. And so the show begins. The show was really fun, and everyone actually said today was one of the slower days at this mall. But that's good news to me because today was one of my best days vending ever.
All right, show's done. Now the hardest part, packing everything up and carrying it to the car. Gonna have a lot of fun. About to get mugged in the parking lot.
Once again, if you're located around Portland and you have some cards that you would like to sell at a lower percentage, hit me up on Instagram. But yeah, remember kids, don't do drugs. They're very bad for you, and have a nice day.